Hello students, today's agenda is to check homework. We'll be learning about the standard deviation and you will be able to do 12.3. Today students will be able to collect their own data to determine the standard deviation. And you will be able to use the application on your smartphone of the standard deviation. I'll show you. If you recall from the previous lesson, we learned how to find the variation and also the standard deviation. If you need more explanation, then you can go back to lesson 12.2. So we asked, how old are you? First people that we found, and these were the answers. We do work with adults, and so these are actual answers from our students. And so the first thing that we're going to find is in here, this is sigma, but it's capital sigma, which represents the sum. Okay, this is the sum of all numbers. So basically what we are going to do is just add all the numbers. So we're going to add 25 plus 18 plus 50 plus 28 plus 30. And as you can see, it's never too late to study, so come back to, and the answer is 151. That's just the sum of all this data. To find the mean average is the addition of these items and then divided by the number of items in the data set. So it's going to be 151 divided by, it's 5 of them, divided by 5 gives us 30.2. And so if you remember, again, sigma squared represents the variation. And how do you find that? You're going to get each individual number in the number set, in the data set that we have here, and we're going to subtract the mean from each one of them, okay, and square that. So 25, it's right here, minus the mean, which is 30.2, square that, plus, again, we get the second number, minus the mean average, square that, plus the third, so 50 minus the mean average, which is 30.2, square that, plus the next one is 28 minus 30.2 to the second power or squared, plus, and finally 30 minus 30.2 squared. And all of this, once we do the addition, we divide by the number of items. Okay, so it's going to be divided by 5. Now if we subtract 25 minus 30.2, we put equals, and then we raise it to the second power, where you have this key x to the second power, and it will give us the answer squared. So subtracting this and raising it to the second power will be 27.04. Now we do the same thing for the second, third, fourth, and fifth. Now let's clear that. 18 minus 30.2 equals, square that, and you get 148.84. We clear and do the third one. 50 minus 30.2 equals, square that, and you get 392.04. And the next one is 28 minus 30.2 equals, square that, and you get 4.84. And the last one is going to be 30 minus 30.2 square that, and you get 0.04. And all of that is going to be divided by 5. So now, maybe I put it over here. Let's add it since I already have the value. Let's add 4.04, which is already there, plus 4.84 plus 392.04 plus 148.84 plus 27.04. And that gives us 572.8 divided by 5. Now we just divide by 5, and the answer is 114.56. Okay, so now to get the standard deviation, which is represented by just sigma, let me write it here, standard deviation. All you have to do is get the number, the variation, and take the square root of it. And so, since we already have it here, take the square root of that, and your answer is 10.7. And so this is a number to measure how spread the data is, or another word is dispersion of the data that we gathered. Okay, now to the fun part. So I already downloaded this app. You can just go to your app store and find the standard deviation calculator. It will look like that, and you can download it for free. And this is what it looks like. All you have to do is, it says enter comma separated values. All you have to do is input the information in here. So it's 25. Then you put a comma, 18, comma, 50, comma, 28, comma, and 30. After you put your numbers, you just press population and you press calculate, and you're going to see that the sum is 151. The mean average is 30.2. The variance, which is sigma square, is 114.56. And the standard deviation is right on top, which is 10.7, and we rounded to the nearest tenth. So very handy dandy, but it is important that you understand where they come from, okay? And so I recommend that first you learn how to get there, and then you're able to use the technology after you develop your brain. But before you go to your homework, if you press a thumbs up, subscribe around here. Around here is the list of the entire unit, and here you will find the next video. Now you're able to do 12.3 and have fun.